I want to start with what is going to stop you from starting. I want to talk about two things that will stop you that I feel like that I've wrestled with for myself, of things that can continuously stop me from actually getting started on the thing that I want to get started on. And number one is it's perfectionism. Perfectionism. Take a deep breath, right? I feel like I am plagued by this thing called perfectionism. Here's what it is for those of you that may not wrestle with or have to navigate overcoming this thing called perfectionism, right? It's the trying to do the thing to 100% or even 120% of what you think you can actually execute the thing at. So let's just say you have this idea, you have this dream, and in the ideal, you see this perfectly painted picture, and you're trying to recreate this perfectly painted picture to the jot and to the tittle, right? It has to be the colors have to be right. It has to be the right gradient of colors. It has to be on the right portrait. It has to have just enough light on this picture that you're painting. It has to be perfect, and that perfectionism. Let me just tell you what that does. It slows you down. It slows me down. I think as I wrestled through this, first I had to do one thing. When it comes to perfectionism, first I had to do this one thing to be able to move forward from it. And number one, it was accepting the fact that I can be striving for perfectionism. I could be striving for my pursuit for perfect can lead to perfectionism, right? And I think there's a spirit of excellence in which the people can do things too. And I think I do strive for that. And I think that is a core value of mine, is doing things in a way that is excellent, but not trying to do things in a way that is perfect, right? Perfectionism can definitely stop you from taking the next step and starting whatever it is that you would want to start, right? For me, how I've navigated that, and once I've realized that, man, I can be trying to do things in a way that is perfect, and that's stopping me from doing it. One of the things that helps me to be able to start in those moments is just telling myself, this is what I tell myself literally. And I used to do this even as a recording artist when I used to make songs. I used to be like, I am just going to make this thing and I'm not going to put it out. I'm going to make this thing and I'm not going to put it out. And that would actually allow me and help me to just be like, you know what? I'm going to let go of this thing and let's just see where it goes. Even today, right now, as we're recording this and talking about this topic, I've been wrestling with just this idea of podcast and what do I do? And I want to do this, but I don't know what to say, and I don't know where it is. I don't know where to start, and whatever. It has to be perfect, right? And I have to just allow myself to let go of that. So, one of the things that's going to stop you to start doing what you need to do is perfectionism. The other thing that's going to stop you from starting to do what you need to do is self-doubt, right? Can I actually do this thing? Can I actually do this thing? What are people going to think about me trying this thing? Everybody views me this way. What if I try this thing and it doesn't work? What if I try this thing and I fall flat on my face? What if I try this thing and nobody takes a liking to it, right? Self-doubt, right? Self-doubt will creep in, and that will stop you from starting whatever it is that you need to start, right? Those things are real. I just want to acknowledge that those two things are very real, but they do not need to stop you from that, right? If you have something within you that you feel like you want to try and you feel like you need to do, I want to encourage you to fully step into that despite the outcome. Divorce yourself from the outcome. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But those two things, we just need to keep a heads up on those two things that will stop us from actually doing and starting.